Hello there. Welcome to this edition of Street Smart Business Show. In this edition, we are in for an interesting discussion. It could not have come at a very good and perfect time than now. A time when the challenges in the economy alone can literally increase your blood pressure consistently. You wake up in the morning unaware of the rapid changes that took place overnight with the prices of goods and services, only to start receiving shocking news about how much you will need to add as the new day dawns. And within the next few hours, the reality suddenly changes. You can't just wrap your head around this. You can't place it. It becomes so much unrealistic. You try to make sense out of it, and lo and behold, while you are still trying to think of how to adjust, exchange rate suddenly soars and changes the narratives again. So much uncertainties out there that can shake you as an entrepreneur. And unknowingly, our mental health is gradually affected. You may not even know these things are connected to why you behave in certain ways sometimes. So we decided to have a session with a specialist who can help shed light on the impact of business pressure challenges on our mental health. As entrepreneurs, we are not immune from the realities of what the challenges of the economy can have on our mental health. So we need to understand how to identify growing mental health issues and what to do if we must maintain the best of sanity while the time and season last. Therefore, today I have with me someone who is a specialist in this area. He is Mr. Gabriel Ajibade. Gabriel Ajibade trained as a project cost management consultant and worked with different organizations in the public and private sector for over 28 years, during which he was involved in all the stages of project conception, initiation, execution, performance, and control until he retired as resident quantity surveyor with the Federal University of Technology, MENA, in 2011. A pragmatic teacher, coach, and counselor in leadership and character development. He holds a master's degree in theology with specialty in leadership. He is a certified professional counselor in family life and a certified cognitive behavioral therapist. He presently works with many individuals, businesses, and couples, helping them to resolve their emotional and social challenges, optimize their potentials, and guide them in restructuring their cognitive capacities to achieve maximum success. He employs the latest tools, procedures, and assessments in the field of psychotherapy. He is married to Olubumi for over 34 years and blessed with children. Mr. Gabriel Ajibade, welcome to this show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks for coming around.
Good to be with you.
And we are glad because we know this is an important topic. That is burning in the hearts of people. Some might not even know that they need help mentally because of the realities out there. People can just wake up and they just feel like this thing is so crazy. It's crazy. I can't understand this kind of government. I can't understand what is happening all over the world. No. And in the midst of all that, we might not even we might not take care. We might not really pay attention to the impact it's having upon our lives. So we want to discuss today this very wonderful topic that deals with our mental health as entrepreneurs. We want to try and see all we need to know within the shortest time. We might not be able to deal with the topic. Like we've always said, we hold these discussions and we trust that when you need further assistance, right? If you don't know people out there, reach out to us. We have a network of professionals who can be of help to you in those specific areas for your business. So let's just get straight to the discussion today.
Thank you.
We want to, mental health and all that pertains to the entrepreneur, right? Please, how can you just define to even understand what it looks like so that people out there who don't even know that this thing is a mental health issue they need to pay attention to? They're just going out there struggling to make money, hustling, like we always say, by the day. But there's something they need to also pay attention to so that they will not hustle, make the money, and someone else will not be the one spending the money. Please, how do you professionally, as a professional counselor, right, and as a therapist, define mental health and try to narrow it down to how it affects or what it pertains to entrepreneurship generally?
Thank you so much. It's good to be with you this day, and I trust that as we continue our discussions, you will find one or two things that will be useful. Now, when we talk about mental health, everybody is familiar with physical illness, physical health that has to do with the body. Mental health has to do with the emotional, social, and psychological well-being of an individual. In mental health, we are looking at how a person feels, how he acts, how he thinks, how he makes his choices, how he responds or reacts to issues. What are the things that go on inside? Because every action is a function of a set of things that has happened inside. So all those processes, we would like to know what are those things that happen on the inside. So mental health, unfortunately, when you hear that somebody has a mental health issue, most people think that the person has run mad. Whereas it's not so. So, but what are the things that go on inside? What are the things that affect the individual? And it's very important because a lot of physical illnesses are caused by poor mental health. Because when the mind is clouded, when the mind is confused, when the mind is not well, it will affect the body. We call it somatic sicknesses. You'll find some people, they'll go to the hospital, they will examine them. It may be very difficult for the medical doctor to pinpoint exactly what is the issue. But when you come to a therapist, employing our tools and assessments, we can tell you that, okay, this person, this is what is causing it. For instance, I give you a very funny instance. There's a man who went to see a friend, came back on a Thursday, and he fell sick. The wife was worried. The wife took him to the hospital. So he was admitted. The doctor tried to find out exactly what was the issue. It was very difficult. He did all necessary tests. Nothing was wrong with him, but deep inside, he was not feeling very fine. So he was in the hospital up till the following week on a Tuesday. And I told the wife that he had to travel on Thursday. And we have said, you are here on the hospital bed, you are thinking of traveling on a Thursday. He said, no, I have to travel. So because he insisted, the wife informed the doctor. So the doctor came and said, you want to travel on a Thursday? I cannot release you because of what is happening. He says, sir, I have to pick a check of 2 million naira on a Thursday. So that he needed to travel. That was when the doctor said, oh, it was the anxiety of the 2 million naira that he was expecting that overcrowded his mind. So these are the issues. So in mental health, we are talking about how you feel, how you act, how you think, how you make your choices, what are the things that run inside. So in a nutshell, this is what we are talking about mental health generally.
Okay, so what are the various common mental health out there that you can pinpoint, and perhaps the ones that you feel that can be common among business owners?
Okay. Yes, talking about mental health that are common around, depression. We're all aware of depression. Anxiety. We are aware of a lot of people committing suicide. We have sleeplessness, insomnia, lack of sleep, drug dependence. Various things that people use to manage their emotions. They are depending on drugs to manage it. We are aware of anger. In fact, even a lot of homes, a lot of families that have serious problems, it is as a result of poor mental health. Either from the part of the man or from the part of the woman. Sometimes even goes to the children. Children grow up in toxic environment. They grow up with a lot of trauma. So all this contributes to mental health issues that we find out there. And talking about the one that businessmen are particularly susceptible to, there are so many of them. Every businessman wants to succeed. Every businessman is self-driven. A businessman can overdrive himself to the point of collapse in attempt to succeed, in attempt to make it. Because in a business, there's a lot of investment. Your investors are around you. Your suppliers are on you. Your debtors are on you. Your staff matters are there.
Yeah.
You are responsible for a lot of decisions. So you, first of all, poor nutrition could come in because of the need to meet all this. The first thing that you negotiate is your feeding. There's no time to eat. Just biscuit and water. That is even if you have the time. Then sleeplessness because of the pressure. There's no time to sleep. All this they build up. Even in relating with staff, you can easily become irritable, intolerant. You are shouting, you are screaming, you are shouting on them. All these are evidence of poor mental health. And all those things, they play out in the life of entrepreneurs.
Beautiful expression that we just had there. Does it mean then that this mental health issue is, or does this confirm that this mental health issue is very important to entrepreneurs and their drive to succeed in life? Is that what this whole thing captures, if I get you very right?
Exactly, because as an entrepreneur, you need to learn how to manage your mental health, to manage yourself. So that even after your business has succeeded, you have made so much money, you don't end up using that money to treat sickness.
Yeah.
You don't end up using that money to treat yourself. So that you can really enjoy and have peace and enjoy the money you are making. So mental health is very, very important as an entrepreneur, just as it is important for everyone to ensure that at your old age, you are still healthy. You can still make rational decisions. You can still contribute to the society. The people that you have brought up can look up to you. They can continue to learn from you. You don't want to get to the age of 40 and something just happens and the person just collapses. So mental health is very important, and it's important that entrepreneurs especially, they take care of their mental health because of the pressure that they have to live with in the course of running their businesses.
From experience, are there specific mental health issues that you have seen that business owners are more susceptible to?
Very many. The first is perfectionism. A businessman wants to succeed. He wants to run his business perfectly. So the standard that he lives with, the level of excellence that he expects, can be too high, that he now expects too much from the staff. He expects too much from himself. He puts a lot of pressure on himself. And that is why it could lead to insomnia, loss of sleep, because of the need to meet up with so many things, insomnia. In actual fact, one young entrepreneur that I've related with, he said there was a period that for 72 hours, he did not have 5 minutes sleep. He could not afford to sleep for 5 minutes in 72 hours. After 72 hours, he collapsed completely. The sleep that he had missed for 3 days, he had to spend 2 weeks to recover because he needed medical attention. So as an entrepreneur, you can put a lot of pressure on yourself such that you can easily collapse. And then depression. When you expect so much, you are putting so much, and because of the uncertainty in life and uncertainty in the economy, if things do not go the way you want, it can really lead to depression. There's also the issue of anxiety. Because you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, you become anxious. There's the issue of being intolerant of staff, because if they are not meeting your need. You are probably aware a few months ago, some entrepreneurs, that the issue came into the open, that there's a lot of bullying in the establishment. It's as a result of poor mental health because of the need to achieve success. So you are expecting too much, you are overdriving people, and you see that in such an establishment, you have high turnover of staff. Because people, when you create a toxic environment, people will not, they just use that as a stopgap. The next opportunity they see, they run away. So you have high turnover of and at the end of the day, even the entrepreneur himself will not be happy with himself. And when you are not happy, there's no way anything good can come from inside. So entrepreneurs in particular, they need to be aware of their mental health and seek help when they need it.
Wow, that's beautiful. With some of these things you have brought up now, it just further highlights the discussions we've had on this show on employers relationship, things that has to do with human capital management, right? That there's no business without an employee, and there's no employee without a business. You are an employee because there's a company where you are working, right? And you are in business is because people are also working with you. So humans are at the forefront of every of these endeavors to ensure that things in the world gets going. Businesses, services, challenges, problems, provide services for solutions to issues that are out there. So it can be overemphasized from the key things you have. And from what I can see, we will need to take this discussion further, right? So that we can pick at least one or two of these key depression, so the key mental health issues that are out there, right? That we see, that especially maybe they are even common with most people, and drill down into it. But before we go in this this show today, I would like you to just, what advice would you give to entrepreneurs out there on how they should go about their mental health? What would you advise them? How would you help them, right? There are people, maybe they are married, they also have a family. Even if you are not married, you have your life to live. You have, you on so many fronts, you are there trying to be yourself. But however, how perfect you want to make things to be, you will still live in a system where the system can have impact upon every move that you make. Like I said earlier on, you can wake up and the value of your currency to the forex that you would need to import your raw materials, will be so bad that you'll be asking yourselves, how do I make sense of this whole thing? I used to know a bakery on my street way before, even when the challenges of the Russian invasion of Ukraine got so deep, right? They had said they were not going to operate because the best option they had was that it's either they have to increase exorbitantly, or they will have to also add some ingredients into what they bake so that they can maximize profit. But they don't want to do that because they also feed from it, and they feel that their conscience will not allow them to do what is not ideal. So they've not been in business for a very long time. And these are people who either have been living on this business. Perhaps this is the only business they have. They have been out of business, out of what will fend for their livelihood for a very long time. So what would be your advice for business owners out there on how they will have to handle or take care of the issue of mental health?
Okay, for a business owner, we live in an uncertain world. We live in a chaotic world. And business owners, when you are starting a business, you start with high-level optimism. And it's possible at that time to overlook a lot of things that could negatively impact the business. So, but as a business owner, if you approach a therapist or a counselor at that time, being a neutral person, he can guide you to pinpoint some areas that you could have overlooked.
Okay.
So that you are prepared for uncertainty.
Okay.
One of the challenges of life is being ready, being prepared to undo uncertainties. So the counselor, the coach or the therapist can help you to prepare for that. That's one. Now, even in the course of running the business, it's possible to overlook so many things. You mentioned something very important, that a business owner can sacrifice his family because of the business. He can sacrifice friends. One of the things that they face also is social isolation.
Yeah.
As a business owner, you don't relate with people because all your mind is on your business. But with a professional like I am, we can help you to see the need to connect and help you so that you maintain necessary networks. Now, for a business owner, we can help you to we have a lot of tools that you can use for a person to assess his or her mental health, so that you know the level that you are. You're able to know where you are falling or where there is a deficit. And then we can guide you on how to maintain it, so that you're able to maintain a mental balance. Because once you deviate and you concentrate on one point, the other point can drop. So to ensure that no place drops, your family, your health, your connection with your friends, even your connection with your God, whatever you believe to be as God, your connection with your God, and so that you have this stability, mental stability. So that is what an entrepreneur, that is what he needs, so that you don't sacrifice one for the other.
Wow.
It help you to handle the stress that come with it, and then help you to navigate all the uncertainties in the business world.
Oh, fantastic. So thank you so much for that. Our viewers, you've heard it all. Co-business owners, you've had it all. You've had it all. I mean, you don't need to be there struggling all alone, keeping it to yourself and thinking that one day it will be fine. Like we say in street parlance here, it go better, it go better. No, it might not be like you expect. The earlier, the better you reach out for support to help you. I know for some, I've had some who have said, I try to just get into in the evenings, or maybe while these pressures are too much and I'm bothered or concerned, I go to a joint or beer parlor or something. I just drink away this pain or this sorrow and all that. You see, in all that he has said, using tools, using techniques to help you assess your mental health challenges and proffering solutions. He never mentioned you drinking away your sorrow or drinking away the challenges. If you drink, you would have a temporary suspension of the feelings, of the thoughts mentally. Once it calms down in your body, the toxicity of alcohol, whatever, leaves your body, you'll be back again to square one. The issues are still there. The challenges will still be there. Why don't you face the reality and make sure you address this headlong once and for all? Look out there for people who can support you, people who can help you, professionals who can be of help to you. However, if you don't know any, reach out to us, send us a mail, support@streetsmartlab.com. We will help you to do a good job by connecting with a professional. For example, Mr. Ajibade is a certified coach, a certified counselor, somebody who has been helping individuals, businesses, couples, to get through some of these challenges and issues. We can help you to get people that will support you, professionals that will be of help to your cause. Don't stay there struggling and trying to wait it out. You might wait it out and you might not have the perfect and the best of the time that you are thinking of. So we'll sign off here, and we will be taking this discussion further. Thank you so much, Mr. Ajibade, for coming on the show today. So till I come your way next time, I remain yours sincerely, Adeyiga Awomuti, and I'm committed to the smartest you and the best of what your business can achieve. Thank you.